Good evening, panelists, co-researchers, and active members and consultants of VetCore. I am Ms. Carly May J. Suico, a college instructor from University of Cebu, Maritime Education and Training Center. Allow me to present my research study entitled Learning Retention on COLREGS among Maritime Transportation Graduates. This study emphasizes the critical role of COLREGS knowledge in effective navigation, which is essential for avoiding collisions and ensuring maritime safety. Without proper retention and application of these principles, seafarers' ability to navigate safely is compromised, increasing the risk of accidents at sea. So this research highlights concerns about knowledge retention on COLREGS among maritime graduates, which not only affects individual competence, but also threatens overall safety by putting vessels, crews, and cargo at risk, underscoring the need to improve retention to ensure safe and efficient maritime operations. So this study quantified and interpreted the learning retention of COLREGS among maritime transportation graduates in the University of Cebu Maritime Education Training Center from academic years 2020 to 2023. Specifically, this study investigated first, the level of learning retention and COLREGS among the participants. Second, the contributing factors leading to high and low scores of the participants. And third, the sound recommendations proposed based on the findings of the study. For the methodology of the study utilizes a sequential explanatory mixed method research design, which emphasizes a two-phase style gathering both quantitative and qualitative data, respectively. We first used a standardized assessment tool validated from the school's Academe Assessment Center, or AAC, to test the participants' knowledge retained regarding collision regulations. Subsequently, we conducted and asked follow-up queries with regards to multiple participants' performance with the standardized assessment tool. For an efficient data gathering process, we utilized the snowball sampling method in identifying the appropriate participants for the study at the University of Cebu METC Campus Training Center. The participants of this study were all fully informed of their rights, as there were no incentives in participating with this endeavor. All participants were briefed that participation was purely voluntary, subsequently of their right to withdraw, and that all data was strictly confidential. Lastly, we employed a simple percentage data treatment calculation of our quantitative data and a thematic analysis by Braun and Clark in analyzing the qualitative data collected from our interviews. For the results and discussion, Table 1 reflects the scores and the percentages based on each participant's performance upon answering the standardized assessment tool. As shown, 6 out of 50 participants performed equal to or above the passing criteria of 50%. While Table 2 presented the audit trail and the reasons for the difficulty level of the questions presented in the standardized assessment tool. It showcased the participants' responses upon a brief interview after the researchers found the common topics regarding the difficult items, namely the specific variation of sound signals, the compulsory review of exemptions and audit schemes, and the efficacy of simulator and hands-on learning. For Table 3, this presented the mean or average scores and percentages and the mode or most frequent scores and percentages among the data gathered. Along with this data, the corresponding interpretations were seen in this table where participants retained the lessons regarding COLREGS. So it can be seen that the mean measure of central tendency was very poor, reflecting 37.12% only. As for the modal results among the data collected, the most frequent score and percentage observed were 21 points out of 50 correct answers, and which means 42%. Similarly, this indicated that the modal measure of central tendency was very poor as well. For the fourth table, it reflects the highest and the lowest performing participants. Participant 38 ranked highest, scoring 37 out of 50, or 74% interpreted as a good outcome. Participants 19 and 21 followed, each scoring 30 out of 50, which is 60% scoring poor. Also, participants 23 and 32 performed poorly, scoring 22 and 20% respectively. And lastly, participant 34 had the lowest score, answering 8 out of 50 questions correctly, which is 60%, classified as very poor. Interviews with participants indicated that memorization alone is insufficient for learning COLREGS effectively. Consistent reviews and a deeper understanding of key concepts are essential for better knowledge retention. The qualitative phase of our data, we have discovered the contributing factors leading to these high and low scores. First, the personality traits like motivation, resilience, and intelligence significantly impact behavior and performance, especially in fields like seafaring, where adherence to regulations such as COLREGS is crucial for safety. External factors also like the environmental distractions and the time constraints affect performance. Distractions like noise, phones, and peer interference can hinder concentration during assessments, while cheating or peer assistance can skew results. Additionally, time limitations during exams can prevent individuals from thoroughly understanding and applying knowledge, impacting their ability to perform optimally. So careful consideration of each question without rushing is crucial for achieving better results. For the conclusion of this study, it was revealed that maritime transportation graduates retained little to no knowledge regarding COLREGS, despite the critical applications it brings throughout their career in seafaring. Within the given sample population, it can be inferred that further reviewing of sound signals, exemption and audit scheme must be conducted with the aid and implementation of simulator and hands-on trainings. Additionally, upon assessing retention levels, the individual's personality trait, surroundings, and situations must be considered. The crucial information regarding the rules of the road at sea learned within the classrooms was being overlooked and even forgotten. This may be a reflection on the learning system and methods when it comes to teaching COLREGS. For the recommendations of this study, the researchers proposed a program in which illuminates the importance and refreshes the knowledge of COLREGS through refresher modules and reviewers. It addresses the poor learning retention of COLREGS by utilizing case studies, simulations, and assessments for maritime transportation students and graduates to restore the knowledge regarding collision regulation scenarios. This solution may be implemented within the academic setting as well as during the individual's vacant time in the form of modules, online mediums, realistic games and simulators, and even educational content on different platforms. All these recommendations will be best implemented if with the support of teachers, parents, and school administrators. Future researchers may also base our study for further enhancement and further recommendations for the betterment and for more tips on how to retain knowledge, especially in COLREGS. These are the references that were used in the study for this presentation. And this is again Ms. Suico saying, life's roughest storms prove the strength of our anchors.